And scene. There's your opener. What's up? Where are we going?
We have headed to Tennessee.
Tennessee. To the Homestead Festival. I can't wait. I'm so excited. This was a Christmas present that I bought Dave. And now we're finally here. I'm really excited. Well, we're actually not here, but we're headed there, you know. Leaving the farm. Headed to get some R&R. It's gonna be fun. Good times.
That's the best part of it all.
I know, right? The R&R. I think actually the best part of this is going in, having a homestead already for me, like my impatience, I guess. Because, you know, some of these like courses or workshops or whatnot that you're seeing, I'm like, man, some of the stuff we've already done. That's kind of cool. Like, I don't have to go to all the 101 things anymore because I feel like, oh no, I already know that somewhat, you know? Like, I'm excited to dive into things that I'm already wanting that I don't have already, kind of things, like bees and a dairy animal and things like that. Like, I feel like I obsessed over chickens for so long. Now I feel like I've not conquered the chicken, but you know, we had some chickens.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely have some better perspective and some better takeaways because we have some practical application instead of dreams.
Right.
But
yeah,
the best part for me though is just us getting away.
Yeah.
No kids, no work.
Well, we have Jude.
Well, he's chilling.
He's not a 3-year-old, a 3-nager. Yeah. God bless our teenagers for being so willing to be helpful. But yeah. So.
What takeaway or what are you hoping? Like, what's the best thing that you're hoping to experience there or learn or person to see?
Oh gosh, person to see is always going to be Jess Sauer. It's like, I'll fangirl every time I see her. I love her. We were just talking and I was like, I feel like Jess is my best friend. She doesn't know me, but I feel like she's my best friend. I've followed her since like 2018, you know? She's probably one of my faves. But I'm excited to hear from Joel Salatin. I haven't heard him in person before, so I'm excited to see his perspective outside of interviews and, you know, books and such. So I bet we'll see a side of him that we haven't seen before already. I'm guessing. Ruth Ann Zimmerman, Kaylee Richards. I don't know. I have quite a few. I have a laundry list of people that I'm excited to see. Oh, Sean and Beth Doherty too. Yeah, I like their perspective on homesteading. It's always like, do with what you got. I love that. How to do stuff on a budget. I love that too. So, what about you?
Probably no fangirling over here, but...
No fangirling.
No.
He lies.
No, it would be good to hear Joel.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. I mean, just to see, you know, Justin Rhodes.
Yeah.
I think we watch him not daily, but almost daily.
Right.
And just to see somebody that you watch so much, like you feel like you know them.
But... That's what I'm saying. I'm best friends with Jess. She just doesn't know me. Yeah.
No, I think probably the biggest takeaway I'm hoping for is probably just, I think when you're just getting going is you have this drive and pressure to do something, and I think there's a takeaway that is relax, enjoy the moment, and just do what you can, or whatever. And,
slow and steady.
Yeah, so I think just being able to find some rest and almost like just an encouragement, like, hey, it's all right, it's gonna be okay, you know, type of thing.
Totally. Yeah, I'm excited.
we'll keep you guys updated as we go. We still got well, it's tomorrow morning. It starts. We'll get into our Airbnb at like 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
It'll be a short night, and then
It's okay. It'll be worth it.
up and at 'em.
Up and at 'em.
Yeah. An early morning, a short sleep.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say like the early bird gets the worm or something. I was waiting for it. All right. Well, there's my alarm back there. Time to go feed him. I'll be back later.
I'm walking dog all day and all night.
So we're so glad to have him here this year. Y'all, please welcome Joel Salatin.
Just say my name. It's just better for us and our relationship if we do that. So me and my wife run Roots and Refuge Farm. I'm the muscle, the builder, and she's everything else, the heart, the inspiration, and the person who tells me what to do.
I know, but when we were driving here. Because we got both. We're Middle Tennessee, but we didn't get to make it.
Your number one job is to heal. And it may feel selfish, but how good are you ill? It is like the airplane. They say, put on the oxygen mask on you first, so that then you can help others. It sounds so selfish at first, and it feels so selfish, but your number one job is to heal.
In terms of what we are a small farm, a homestead farm. Our goal has always been to figure out how how grandma and grandpa used to farm before there were feed stores and before there were grocery stores. How did they do this thing? We looked and looked and looked for the book that told us how to do this thing and couldn't find that book. And we read a lot of things about it.
We're back at the farm.
Yep, back home. I'd say I feel really refreshed, but I'm tired.
True. Yeah, well, we took a detour after our trip to go back home to bring his dad here for a couple weeks, which is going to be really fun for Father's Day. So our trip extended a little extra driving, which totally worth it.
Yeah.
Also just made the trip longer. So I think that added to the exhaustion. But still fun.
Yep. So home
Little
from the
cute dude did a great job. He was awesome.
home from the Homestead Festival.
Yeah.
Let's see. We sat in some classes we did together, and then some we split up.
Yeah.
So we got to sit and listen to. Initially we sat in one with Joel Salatin.
Yeah. First day. That was fun.
What any key takeaways from that one?
We're Christians, and I just love hearing the gospel woven through most of the messages at the Homestead Festival. I know that not every festival is going to be like that, and that's totally fine, because I know that there are people that aren't Christians that are going to go to those things. But as Christians, I loved that. I thought it was just really refreshing, and it's great takeaways when you look through similar lenses. So I just felt like just refreshed and encouraged.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice being around just like-minded people who believe and think the way that you do.
Yeah.
Have the same convictions.
Right.
And sometimes if you're interacting in different circles of people, not that I necessarily care about being politically correct or anything, but you're just like, what can I talk about, and what will not offend someone?
Right. And as Christians, we want to make sure that we are loving people where they are too. So you're not trying to be abrasive, but being in a place like that, it was like you felt encouraged.
Yeah. I think the biggest takeaway for me from Joel, nothing monumental or anything, but just, for him to get to where he was at, the first step he had to take was, how can they get their expenses down?
Yeah.
And just realizing, we choose this lifestyle for the purpose of the lifestyle. I know it sounds weird, but why do we try to still maintain this other life that we are used to whenever we're choosing a different path for our life, is just realizing, hey, let's get some things out of our life. What can we get rid of?
Right.
And not just monetarily necessarily, but just like
Excess.
yeah, just excess. What can we say no to? What can we do that that helps feed the dream and gets us home more, gets us, not focused on trying to
Fixing
pay
the next thing.
or paying this next bill or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like that kind of bleeds now into Justin, because we sat and listened to Justin as well. And he had very similar, different perspectives, but similar heartbeat. And I thought that was really great too. It's like, what can we cut? What can we say no to? Not because we want to say no, but because we know that the abundance comes in the simpler life. And I was super encouraged with that.
yeah. And then the next one we split up for, I sat and watched, well, no, we didn't. You were going to, but then we both watched Maya talk about designing, I forget what it's called exactly. Designing aesthetically your farm and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just really practical, but super good. And my big takeaway from that, I feel like I'm very similar. He was talking about how he loves to start things and get things going, but he's not a great finisher, and he's challenging himself to finish things. And I think I'm very much the same way. Like, have a dream, a vision, go attack it, and you get like 80% there, and then you're like, oh, it's good enough.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say something else. I
What?
thought you were going to say the part where he said he likes nice, clean lines, and Jess likes everything hodgepodge. And that could not be any more true between the two of us. Like, our styles had to completely, like, marry together a lot throughout our lives, because we're just different in that area. And they were very similar people, which was so funny to, like, hear what they had to say and then, like, look at each other in the eye and, like, laugh, because it's like same. But yeah.
Yep. And then what was next?
Well, I'm always, like I said before, a sucker for Jess. I love her. She's so down to earth, so sweet. It was awesome that she had a booth this time. I bought her coffee before, and I was really excited to buy some more coffee and not have to pay like shipping prices. That's kind of cool. So that was fun. And getting to meet her is like amazing. She's awesome. I also was super encouraged by Sean and Beth Doherty. I had already listened to quite a bit of stuff on Abundance Plus. We're Abundance Plus members. And so I had already sat and listened to quite a few of his teachings and her teachings, but having Sean sit and tell this guy that we don't have to have Fort Knox fencing in order to get a cow blessed my spirit. And also how to cut down on our feed costs. Having a dairy cow is like the center of the homestead, and being able to help feed a lot of our animals. We got a lot of practical application, I feel like, out of that. And so that'll be like another step a little bit closer to getting a dairy animal. We have some things we have to take care of first, but I'm excited that is looking more in the future than it was before. Like, I feel like it looked more like a 5-year goal. Now it's looking like maybe a 1-year goal. Who knows? We'll just see how that plays out, but I feel like it's getting closer versus farther.
And I would say on that, I feel like we're all like-minded people at the same festival, people talking about things, but even inside of that realm, there were still sometimes, I wouldn't say conflicting information, but just difference of opinions on how to do certain things. And so I would just say, find what resonates with you, what works for you, and make decisions based off that. And if you have to flex later and do something a little different, that's fine.
Yeah.
I still think long term, I really want to have a really solid perimeter fence.
Yeah, totally.
So that way, if something gets out of a paddock or something, they're contained within our property. But Sean Doherty was really encouraging in that, hey, like, you already have chickens, you have pigs, like, you are already dealing with the animals that will
get out on a regular basis.
That will get out. It's like,
minus the goats, which I don't know when that'll happen.
Yeah.
If that ever happens.
He's like a cat, he's just encouraging that, cows are way more obedient or whatever. And that, we've got a good amount of land. Like, if they get out, he's like, more than likely, they're going to stay within your land still.
Yeah, specifically the way our property is set up, it like pushes them towards our house. So it's going to be kind of weird if they do try to like jump a fence to get into our neighboring areas. We're going to, unless we're not home, like we're not going to see them. I mean, we're going to see them try to push out of a paddock, most likely, because we have a 3-sided fence right now. One is kind of ghetto, but you know, it's okay.
But it was encouraging, just that, you know, you could probably do something that's temporary for now, and they'll be pretty obedient.
And I think it's also, what cow do you buy, right? So like, I'm gonna be stupid picky. I'm not just gonna pick up any cow that's the cheapest one on the market. I think if we find one that someone has vetted for really good disposition, I'm hoping that that will also help a cow not break out, and also having a calf on a heifer cow, or heifer, oh my gosh, on the heifer or on the cow, that then I would be able to gently ease into milking, having calf sharing. They have a buddy. Like, I feel like there's things that you can do to probably prevent a lot of breakouts, and that's kind of what my hope is. We'll see.
Yeah, and then I would say the most down to earth, just learning from someone at the conference, was definitely with Sean Doherty.
I agree. He literally sat and talked to us as long as we wanted to talk, and that is just so amazing. I feel like all of the people really did.
They were all super like there would be a line of people, and they just took the time to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I think
so humbling. I feel like you sit back and you like almost fan guy after these people a little bit. And you're like, they're taking like 15 minutes of their time to sit here and talk to me. And it wasn't just us, obviously. It was like every person that came through the line. And I just think that is what makes this community so unique and so special.
Yeah.
But
we got to meet Justin and Rebecca Rhodes.
Yeah.
They were super sweet.
They were.
And just took the time, and
they talk to you like you almost know them already,
Yeah.
which is really cool, you know?
And then, of course, we met Jess and Maya.
Yeah.
And that
Like
was,
mine, one accord. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. It was really, really nice getting connected to them. Feel like we actually kind of have some similar background history and stuff with ministry.
Yeah.
And even in some of the ministries that we've been involved in, I feel like we've kind of like had the same crowds of people.
Yeah, danced in the same packs.
Yeah, so it's kind of nice just getting to connect with them. And
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. 10 out of 10. Totally recommend. Also, Rory Feek's property is stunning. And here's the funniest thing that happened, I feel like, at the Homestead Festival. So, of course, there's night music, which is amazing. You see everyone just like coming together as a community. It was awesome. But the very last night, we were choosing to leave a little bit early. After Jess and Maya spoke the last like keynote spot, we were gonna leave. So it was still daylight. And there was like horrific storms. We were sitting in Sean and Beth Doherty's keynote midday, and like literally there's tents blowing over, people's tents collapsing. It was torrential downpour. It was wild. So we listen to Jess and Maya for the very last spot, and then we're going to get in our car. And the mud was insane. Like, it was like everybody had decided to go mudding in Rory Feek's pasture because there was so much mud and so many cars trying to get out that his whole pasture was like torn up. But the best part of all of this, that's horrible, I'm sorry, Rory, but the best part of it was watching the community come together. I'm like, at what festival would you see all these people literally just like throwing their stuff in the mud and just starting pushing people's cars out? It was the coolest thing ever. He was trying to bring the car up to me so that I didn't have to walk all this stuff. We didn't realize that there was this mud mess. There's no cell service, so we can't call anybody or call each other, which was kind of cool from the aspect of it, like made us go back to middle school, no cell phones. But there's an awesome couple with their kids, and another, like, there was like a family, 2 families came together with their kids. Our teenage boys are like hoisting our like stroller to the car to wade through the mud. Everyone's barefoot, just wandering through all this mud. It was wild. It was just a funny ending to it, and I just thought it was really cool to see the community come all together. You got tractors pulling cars out, people pushing cars out. Everybody's just helping everybody, and it was super, super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't see that, I don't think, anywhere else.
I know, right?
Just, like, one mind, one accord, one community, just helping each other.
And nobody's like wrecking their vehicles into each other. No one's yelling at anybody. No one's being dirty and gross. Everyone's just like, oh man, and they're like making bets on who's gonna be able to get out, kind of thing, just being silly. And it was really cool. And of course, Rory Feek's, like, I'm assuming employees, volunteers, etc. They had tractors out there pulling people out. It was just a really cool. You take, like, you know, the lemon, turn it into lemonade kind of vibes. That's exactly what happened. We had some really good lemonade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun.
It was fun. It was an awesome time.
We'll definitely go back again.
Yeah, for sure. I'm intrigued to see who the keynotes will be next year. But it definitely makes me want to, like, go to more of these things, because we left with lots of R&R, and, you know, I got some really fun purchases that I'm going to share with y'all at some point, but I'm really excited. They're things that I've been, like, wanting to get for a while, and I'm going to test out some products and then give you my review on them, because I think that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Things that I've been researching for a really long time, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'd say I left just feeling really encouraged. It was really inspirational.
Yeah.
And refreshed.
Yeah. For sure.
But you know, sometimes when you have conversations with people you work with or whoever, just people you're friends with, sometimes they don't fully understand why you're doing what you're doing, don't fully get it. And just being there, I felt like you're with those people who are like-minded. They understand what you're doing. They're encouraging you, telling you you can do it. You know, it was just left really encouraged and inspiration, like full of inspiration.
Agreed. Yeah, it was awesome. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, would recommend.
Would recommend.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you guys along for our journey.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.
Catch you on the next one.